You have just 24 hours to tear down that unsightly structure, or we'll involve the authorities." That's what the HOA president shouted at me moments before I uncovered a secret that would change everything for her. Picture this. I was only 3 days into constructing my dream cabin when this determined woman arrived on my property, armed with a clipboard and a firm demeanor. Victoria Ashworth, the HOA leader, insisted I dismantle it all because it didn't meet their guidelines. The fresh aroma of pine from the newly cut wood mingled with her strong fragrance as more neighbors pulled up in their vehicles, gravel crunching under tires. She waved official documents, warning of substantial fines, behaving as if she had full control. Little did she know, I held information that would shift the entire situation in my favor, turning her demands into a costly error. But before I share how one simple phone call resolved an entire HOA dispute legally, let's connect. Drop a comment below. What would you do if neighbors challenged your property rights? And let me know where you're tuning in from. Stories like this bring us together, no matter the location. Let me take you back to how this all began. I'm Marcus Brennan, 45, a recently divorced electrician who inherited 5 beautiful acres in the Colorado mountains from my adventurous Uncle Silas. After enduring a tough court process and squeezing into a small city apartment, this land felt like a fresh start, a spot where I could create something meaningful and show my teenage daughter, Emma, that her dad was building a positive future. Uncle Silas was always the enigmatic family member, vanishing into the wilderness back in 1980, only to reappear during holidays with tales of hidden wonders in the land. While others saw him as eccentric, his bequest to me suggested he trusted I'd appreciate its value. The property was stunning, a gentle creek flowing over polished stones, hawks soaring above rugged cliffs, and the invigorating blend of pine and wild herbs in the air. An old foundation and a rustic workshop stood as remnants of his dreams. Breathing in that pure mountain air, free from urban pollution, reignited my optimism. I invested my savings, left my city job, and began assembling a simple log cabin, nothing extravagant, just a cozy home for Emma's weekend visits, proving I was focused on growth rather than past setbacks. The steady rhythm of hammering and sawing felt therapeutic after all the legal paperwork. On day 3, Victoria arrived in her sleek white SUV, stepping out with poise, her professional attire and portfolio in hand. Her footsteps echoed purposefully on the rocky terrain, her scent overpowering the natural freshness. "Excuse me," she said, approaching as if the place was hers. "Are you the one behind this unapproved building project?" I paused my work, introducing myself and explaining it was my land. She presented documents with authority, claiming violations of community rules, no permits, no reviews, no assessments, and how it could impact local values. Surveying the vast wilderness around us, I questioned the community aspect, seeing no nearby homes. She explained the Pine Valley HOA oversaw all properties in the area, handing me papers stating my uncle had agreed to their terms 6 months prior, and I'd inherited those commitments. But Uncle Silas had passed 8 months ago, timing that didn't add up. She issued a stop work notice and a $2,500 fine, demanding removal within 48 hours, with escalating penalties. "We take our standards seriously," she added. Then, with a pointed look at my modest setup, she suggested this might not be the right fit for someone in my circumstances, even mentioning my daughter in a way that felt intrusive. Her words about Emma stung deeply. She clearly looked into my background. "Is that a warning?" I asked coolly. She smiled politely, framing it as helpful guidance, before driving away, reiterating the deadline. As her vehicle faded, Uncle Silas's advice about standing firm resonated. Staring at the documents and my emerging cabin, I knew she underestimated me. Victoria didn't hold back, returning the next day with a lawyer in tow. From a modest car emerged Douglas Cranky, appearing disheveled in his attire, papers in a worn briefcase. She declared I was being served, demanding an end to building and $15,000 in back penalties, plus claiming improper transfer disclosures invalidated my ownership. The mix of their presences created an intense atmosphere. I responded I'd consult my own counsel, but she dismissed it, assuming my finances limited me. Once they departed, I headed to the county records office. The helpful clerk, Betty, assisted in reviewing files amid the set of aged papers. We discovered the HOA formed post Uncle Silas's death, its boundaries suspiciously encircling my land, comprising mostly Victoria's connections. This seemed like a targeted effort, not genuine oversight. Dead individuals can't enter new agreements, and existing owners aren't bound retroactively. Energized, I contacted Sarah Kim, a skilled real estate attorney. In her welcoming office, she confirmed the invalidity and outlined plans for countersuits against harassment and false assertions. But Victoria pressed on, holding a meeting without me. Neighbor Jake shared details later over a casual chat on my porch, the evening breeze carrying forest scents. She portrayed me negatively to instill concern, spreading unfounded rumors online in a community group, warnings that painted me unfairly, sparking hurtful comments. Yet, in her haste, she shared financial details showing nearly $850,000 collected from few households, with no clear expenditures. Sarah spotted potential irregularities immediately. Escalation continued with a county inspector citing non-existent issues, hinting at external influences. The sense of unfair pressure grew. Then, one night, I awoke to disturbances, damaged materials and equipment, creating setbacks. Anonymous complaints followed, along with vehicles complicating access and misleading signs deterring help. It felt like a coordinated effort to discourage me. Digging deeper with Sarah and Betty, we uncovered ties to a major resort development needing my land for completion. Victoria appeared linked to substantial fees for facilitating acquisitions, explaining her urgency. Installing security captured suspicious activity, leading to evidence of involvement from her family, prompting official reports. Financial reviews revealed questionable HOA spending, suggesting mismanagement. Victoria countered with more legal actions and inspections, even spreading damaging online claims affecting my family, deeply upsetting Emma. But support emerged as neighbors questioned her tactics. In the end, with gathered evidence, authorities investigated, validating my position. The HOA dissolved amid revelations, allowing me to complete my cabin peacefully. Emma visited, proud of the resilience shown. This experience highlighted standing firm with facts, proving one determined individual can overcome organized challenges. If you face similar situations, share in the comments. Your stories inspire. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more tales of triumph. Word count 1028.